Hello, hello, welcome. Marshall Gregory Thomas here. Welcome to the Music Bunker Tiny Concert Series. 28th Amendment welcomes you, your host. Once again, Marshall Gregory Thomas. We're not going to do a tiny concert today. We're going to do a little stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy, the great American art form. But first, foremost, we got to get the ground rules down. Rule number one, love everybody. And rule number two, always tell the truth. So, love everybody. What could be more natural than that? Everybody. Everybody. Except, I think you know who I'm talking about. That's right. Except for left-handers. Left-handers. They're 8% of the general population normally. They've suddenly doubled their numbers to 16% of the general population and growing. Yes, you heard me. That's right. Left-handers have quietly doubled their numbers while we were just talking here so pleasantly and having such a nice afternoon together. And I do thank you for joining me. Now, I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy, but this is some bizarre scenario right out of They Live or Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Oh my Lord, I do declare they're taking over. I'm seeing them everywhere I go. Watching TV, ball game, Southpaw, walking in the office, looking around, somebody writing, wrong hand, wrong hand. Use the other hand, Jimmy. Okay? One good thing about left-handers, and there is only one good thing about left-handers, that they are the only people who 40 minutes ago weren't holding their junk in their right hand while they relieve themselves. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now go ahead. Shake their moist, clammy hand. Go ahead. Oh. Now, ladies, I got a little secret for you. Guys, do not wash their hands. Okay, a test to spot one of these sneaky undercover left-handers. Shake their hand. Go ahead. Oh, hi. Hi. Oh, enchanté, mademoiselle. And now, discreetly, ladies, go ahead and just discreetly sniff your hand, and if it doesn't smell like their junk, then you are dealing with a dreaded left-handed spy, infiltrator. They're taking over. Okay, they are taking over. Oh, hi. Oh, enchanté, mademoiselle, enchanté. Okay, okay. Now, why do I say that? Why did I say the left-handers are the spawn of it's like science. It's like science. Left-handers are normally 8% of the general population, but they are 50% of the Major League Baseball All-Stars. They are 60% of the top-level tennis players. They are 5 of the last 7 presidents of the United States of America. The odds of this are 10,000 to 1. Impossible odds, okay? Communist China? Russia? 5,000 nukes? Nah. ISIS? Chop off your head? Get the fuck out of here! Left-handers are taking over the world, and if you people don't wake up, we're done for, done for. Left-handers typically take longer to reach maturity. They're typically smaller at maturity. They're more prone to develop mental disorders. So, scientifically, biologically speaking, left-handers should have been out-competed by right-handers 100,000 years ago. They should not even exist. You're weak. So, why are they here? Nobody knows. Where did they come from? Nobody knows. I have a theory. Stress hormones during pregnancy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, just eating good. Just eating good. Stress hormones during pregnancy may cause left-handedness in the offspring. Bear with me. Okay. So maybe this sudden surge of left-handers is due to the atmospheric of testing 2,000 nuclear weapons in the atmosphere. That there strontium 90. You got you that there cesium 137. That is my favorite cesium 137. Strontium. So I did the experiments myself in my basement. 2,000 cadavers of left-handers, dissolved in acid, of course, run through a gas chromatograph mass spectrometer. They have no more background radiation than the dissolved corpses of 2,000 right-handers. Of course. My basement. My basement. Frankenstein meets Saw, Breaking Bad. Stay out of my basement! What's that? Is that you, Mother? No, Mother. I'm not talking to a girl, Mother. No. So, was it the stress of the Cuban Missile Crisis? Or the constant threat of nuclear war during the Cold War? 10, 9, 8. We're all gonna die! 7, 6, 5. Was it the chaos of the 1960s? Wars, riots, assassination? 4, 3, 2. We're all gonna die! Was it the high-grade LSD of the 1960s? You'll be tripping! You'll be tripping! was it the planetary alignment in the age of Aquarius? Stop it! All right. So why worry? Why worry? So we got 16% of left-handers when we had 8. We'll have 32. So what? We'll have more baseball players, more tennis players. So what? So what? Why worry? Left-handers are 16% of the general population, and they are taking over like the blob growing geometrically. They just keep expanding. They look like us. They sound like us. But their brains are upside down, backwards, reverse freaks of nature. They are taking over. We must root them out. I have organized the resistance. I have organized the resistance. Fight Club meets French Resistance Underground. I have organized. We have a secret handshake so that only we can tell right-handers from left-handers. A secret handshake. That's right. That's right. It all happened before. 10,000 years ago. This has all happened before. There is nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes. 10,000 years ago, we can tell by the bones. We know. We knew. We knew. We can tell the bones of left-handers from the bones of right-handers. We know. Everything was just fine and dandy. Just fine and dandy. 10,000 years ago, until one day, a left-hander invented a top-secret weapon to use against right-handers called the club. One day, a left-hander walking down the road met a right-hander, and the right-hander went to block it on the normal side, and he got it on the wrong side, the wrong side. Oh, I say, not very sporting of you, Chad. No, not very sporting at all. No. And then the left-handers began to take over, using a mate capture event. Not so much invasion of the body snatchers as invasion of the booty snatches. And then the left-handers began to multiply. 10% of the population, 15, 20% of the general population, and growing until one day a funny thing happened. A left-hander walking down the road, armed with a club, met another left-hander walking down the road, armed with a club, and suddenly they began to eliminate each other. Left-handers began to take each other out of the population, and slowly the population explosion of left-handers leveled off at 20%, began to go back down, 15, 12, 10, 8, back down to normal levels. Catastrophe narrowly averted. Right-handers can once again laugh and walk in the sun. It's happening again. But today, there's no magic weapon. Today, we don't fight with swords and clubs anymore. No. But I have devised a secret weapon. If we can just move to 100% canned food diet, we can starve them out. You see? Excellent. Left-handers can't use right-handed scissors, nor can left-handers use right-handed can openers. All food must now come in cans. No more bags, no more boxes, no more cartons, no more sacks. All food must now come in cans. Beautiful, beautiful cans. Excellent. Sorry. They will become totally dependent on us. Normals. They will be at our mercy. All food coming in cans. The left-handers, instead of taking over, will suddenly become like wet sauerkraut in our hands. Sorry. Oh, I say, that is an astonishingly good idea, Doctor. Oh, quite. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Problem solved. You're welcome. Once again, Marshall Gregory Thomas, your host here. I do have one request from the Peanut Gallery. Little help, something I need a little help with. Now, you're familiar with the term deep fakes. I want people to make deep fakes of me. Any kind of fake video. Me on the grassy knoll. Me on Iwo Jima standing up the flag. Me staring into the sun and a man called horse. You can make it awful, you know. You can make me deep throat in that movie about Watergate. I don't care. Actually, don't feel like you have to do the last one, okay? You all have my express permission to deep fake my image, my words, anything you can find on the internet. Surprise me. Just all I ask is you label it as a deep fake. We are going to test the proposition, you and I, Marshall Gregory Thomas, and the lovely people out there in television land. We are going to test the proposition that all publicity is good publicity. No such thing as bad publicity. Let's check that out. Let's find out if that's true. I am your loving, considerate, experimental test subject. Now, what are the parameters? What do you owe me? What are the rules? No rules, no parameters. You don't owe me anything. My image is yours. Use me as you wish. Let me rephrase that. Take creative license. Happy yourself. All right, so only ground rule, just label it as a deep fake. Marshall Gregory Thomas, let's not get anybody else involved in this experiment. that could go terribly, terribly wrong. Oh, surely not. All publicity is good publicity. We're going to prove that, you and I. Well, it's been fun. Thank you. And I see we've reached the that hour, the clock on the struck the hour. So until next time, until we do some more stand-up comedy, until we do some music, Ron is always on our shoulder. And know that we love you. Bye now.